add command, what is delete command. Okay, so instead of regular, I thought yesterday people little feel bored, so that's why I switched it to administration. So guys, I started recording. Can I start? Are there any doubts? Okay, now just user management. This is very important anyway. How to add a user and all. So what is user management? You have to know how to add user, how to add a group, okay, how to modify user, how to delete user. Simply say add, modify, delete. These things are important kind of stuff. So first of all, you should know how to check about a user information. Okay, check user information. So what is the user information here? So how to check user information kind of stuff. So first of all, what are the existing user? You want to know what are the users are existed, or maybe what is that user information? What is the things we have to verify? That is very important first. Then only we can go for it. Okay. So you have to remember few files. You have to go through /etc/passwd /etc/group /etc/shadow id. id, your username. Okay. So id. Next, passwd, username, passwd. So these are the important. These are commands. These are files. These are files. So important files. Look at here. /etc and password. Under /etc directory, passwd file is there, which contains user information. Okay, username, user ID, group ID, user login name. Okay, login name, user login name, user ID, group ID. Okay, of course comment is there, that is a different point, but important thing is okay, home directory, and the last one is login shell. So this information you will get it from passwd file. Group information means group name, group ID. Okay, users in group as supplementary. If your group is supplementary group to a user, then you will get that user name. Simply say users in the group. Okay, so little conditions are there at present, understand. Shadow contains password information. So that little confusion. Passwd file contains user information. Shadow file contains password information. Okay, mean password in encrypted format. Encrypted password is there. Okay, minimum and maximum password age. Minimum and maximum password age. Warning. warning period. Period means before your password expiry, it will give you warning like that. This information is there. ID. ID is a command. So this is the commands. Those are files. These are the basic commands. So verification related and password changing command. This is okay. So this is check username, user ID, group ID, primary group ID, and the secondary are a supplement group IDs. We'll get it. What is this and this? Only a single ID. It is for a current user. User information. Username, user information. What is your user name? You are given what are the, like for example, student ID student. So student information. Nice. This is for a change password. What are the other things we do it? But you are, if you create a user, you want to change the password. To change the password to user. Change password for username or other users. Meaning is other users, not your user. This is to change password for current user. So these are the important things you have to do. The first one is we'll go to these files and this ID also. Then we'll start creating users. Yeah, I'm using less. Why? Because of less is we can go up and down. So first time I use less. Later I use tail. Okay, so tail less. Look at here. Starting line is root and you can go on like this. Look at this bin bash means it's a user. These are all existing but no login. What is the meaning of this no login kind of stuff? No logins are service accounts. Service accounts, not a login accounts. No login means not for login accounts. These are all service account only. And first one is root, last one is student. Since it is our student. I use less, but normally cat. Out of that one, whatever the point, this is important for me to explain. The first part is your username or login name. Okay, with this name only we log in. It's a username or login name. The X represent password, so I'm not doing anything. This is user ID. This is a group ID. This is called a comment. It is look like your same name, but it is like a thing. For example, add a user Manisha. So username is Manisha. The comment is IT support or a HR like that. Like or Manisha some full name I will put it. So this place nothing to do with your Linux or any kind of effect is there. Anything XXX, YYY, ZZZ. You can put anything here. Is nothing is effective. Only thing is when you log in, maybe it will show the name, but usually it is nothing to do with this. This is the important. This is not much important. This is home directory. This is your login shell. So this is the part of your kind of stuff. If you go to this place, Q. So this is about your passwd file. Same goes for /etc group. So this is the root. So group ID is 0 and other accounts also having certain groups. So I'm going last. Student. This is student group. This is student group ID and username. Whatever it is in starting. So I want last one. So don't get confused because of group name and username is same. Okay, so carefully where you are looking at, that is important. Okay, this is my group name, group ID and user. So what is the last one? /etc shadow. This is root. This is root password. This is entirely root password up to here. Root password is admin@123. But this part is the encrypted format of admin@123. Encrypted format. 6 means level of encryption. 6 represent encryption level. Minimum password is, maximum password is, warning. Okay, so I'm going to last. I'm searching for a student. So it is in last. See, it is. Even if you copy and do, nothing will be there. We'll try. That is copied good. But no use of that one. So whatever it is. First of all, again, this is username. From here, it is password in encrypted format. It goes to here. Okay. So in the as per the places it is there now. So I will put like this. No place, it is encryption level. Encryption is strong password. 0 like this is there now. This part. First is minimum. Okay. Next one is maximum. Next one is warning. Okay. What is minimum? Minimum password age. Minimum password age. Is 0. Maximum password age. Password will be expiry at this time. So 3999 kind of stuff. Warning. before password expiry 7 days. So this is about your key files. One more is there, ID. ID student 17A. So this is the output of that one. ID student A. Okay. So this is my user ID, username, group ID, group name. It's a primary group. So to understand which is my primary group, this is the one way you can say it's my primary group. Okay, it's my primary group. Other remaining groups under this one, I'm in only one group, so that is my primary group. So this is my user, means user ID and name. This is your group ID, group name. Cannot require this much. This is enough. If you put ID, current user information, current user information, current user information. Yeah, these extra things, ignore it. So we'll see that one later. So ID means what is my user, my current user information. User ID, user name, group ID, group name, and groups. So this is here how to verify users, how to know users. You know, sometimes people put a people having an user is there already. They create a user when they installing a Linux, but they will forget. So which user I use, student 17 or not. So yesterday I created for Manisha. I instead of student 17, I created Manisha. Okay. So if you forget, what will happen? Okay. So better check your user from /etc/passwd. There you can find a username. So I don't know what is my username. So I go to cat/etc/passwd. So see, I have a user student 17A. Okay, I created a username is student 17A. Okay, this is student 17A user. Okay, so if I forget my password, then I can change my password also. If I don't remember the password, I can change the password of that user also. How to change the password of user? Passwd student 17A. Student 17A. Just if you press enter, it will ask for a password. You can type it. But while you are typing, it won't show anything. Okay. So new password student 17A. Student 17A. So all authentication tokens update successfully. Look at guys, while I'm typing a password, there is no stars, no dots, no letters. You have to confidently type the password. You have to confidently type the password. So better to put the password with a regular names like admin@123 or admin like that, or a same username. So then you don't do any spelling mistakes. Okay. So this is how to change the password. This is how to change the password. I log in as a root, so only root user can able to do all these tasks. That's why I do it. These are all root related commands only. Okay. Guys, understand up to now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. So whatever I showed now, everything we do it again and again and again. So when you are doing it, the first thing is I want to show you tile-1 /etc/passwd. What it will show you? Last line only. It will show you last line only. So last line is my user. Only one single user. That's why I know it already. So that's why I put a tile space -1 /etc/passwd. Okay. Now I'm going to add a new user. After that one, how to verify? We'll see that one. To add a user, command is user add. Command is user add username. Okay. So first user add. I'm not putting full name, just I put only one name, Hina. Okay. No. I'll put another name for first time. So student 17B. Okay. Later I will add your names later. Okay. User add student 17B. So what will happen? We'll see. User add student 17B. User is added. How do you know it is added or not? Go to like this. See, -2 means last two lines. It is 17A is there, 17B is there. Okay, 17B is created, user ID, group ID, and also check the group ID, group related /etc/group. /etc/group. So this is the one. Okay, so group is created. Guys, look at here. Understand, when I create a user, I created a user 1. Okay, when I create a user will create. Very good. But every user must be in a every user must be in a group. Remember that point. Okay, if you create a user, the user must be in a group, in a primary group. So you can check it with ID student 17A, sorry 17B. So user must have user ID, must be in the primary group. So every user must be in a primary group, but I didn't specify any primary group. Look at here. Every user must have user ID, okay, and group ID. Okay, this is first point. Second, group ID means every user must be in a primary group. In a primary group. may not be in a supplementary groups, but must be in a primary group. So point is here, while creating or adding user, if we don't specify group a group for user, what will happen? A group will created with the same name of user, and user added to that group as primary group. So this is the important note, guys. So whenever you create a user must have a user ID, group ID, home directory, login shell, password for login, So compulsory required a password, otherwise you can't do anything. Okay. So here it is a point, home directory and login shell automatically created if not specified. It is not specified. If you don't specify the group, the group will be created automatically. If you don't specify the group, if you don't specify a group for a user, a group will created with the same name of user, and the user is added to that group automatically. Okay. So home directories also will be created automatically, but there is no problem with that one. Okay. Yeah, so this is a note, but before going to that one, so you should know how to change the password also, right? So this is the user is created. Next one is password. Passwd student 17b. Password command is, sorry, before going to password, one more is there. Tail -2 /etc/shadow. Look at here, guys. This is student 17a, and there is a password in the encrypted format and the level of the part. Okay, it is showing some number, so ignore it. So when it is created kind of stuff, it is a warning level, so that is also ignored. Look at this, password is there. Student 17b, it is showing like this to exclamatory mark, means we didn't given a password for a student 17b. Compulsory you have to give student 17b. Password is student 17b. Password is update automatically. Now again check it. So it is came. Okay. If password is not there, it shows like this. If password is there, it shows like this. That's the difference, whether you are configured with the password or not. Okay. First check it. Password is there or not. Password is not there. Then give the password. Okay. Yeah, these things will be there by password kind of stuff. So don't worry about it. So again, step by step, I will tell. So then I will tell about that. What is that primary group and all. We'll see that one. Okay, guys. You tell me now. So what are the steps we have to here? Another user I want to add it. I want to add a username is student17C. How to add this user?
User add student 17C.
User add. Very good. Next. Verify. How many things you have to verify?
Shadow. Sorry.
Shadow. And ID student 17C. I have to set the password for student 17C. Password command.
Passwd.
Very good. Like this. Give the password 2 times. After giving a password, so try again this thing. So you can understand the difference. So we implement and we see. So first of all, we know user is not there. So compulsory verify user is existing or not. So I'm checking last 3 lines. So A, B is there, C is not there. So user add student 17C. User is added. Yeah, one more is I told. No problem. Now user is added or not? Yes, user is added. This is the directories, home directories under home. Okay. Next. Slash etc slash group. See, with the same username, group is created. ID student 17C. The username, user ID, group name, group ID. Next. Shadow. And we don't give in a password, so then it is showing like this. So I'll give you password student 17C. Any password you can give it, but I'm giving same name student 17C only. Password all authentication successful. Tokens update successful. Go to shadow, then see there is a encrypted key. So this is how to create a user. Okay. And last part I told now. So what is this discussion we told? I said I forget one thing to tell. ls space / home. Can you see? These are the directories. Under / home, student 17A, student 17B, student 17C. What are their users home directories? 17A. So under 17A, these files and directories are there. In 17B, nothing is there. In 17C, nothing is there. They are not at login. Anyway. Okay. So this is also you have to verify if a home directory is created or not. Okay, home directory for a user is created or not, it's there or not, like that you have to do it. Where I've written, yeah. Like this, verify. This is the one of the verification. Okay, so this is about user add, but I told if you are add a user, if you add a user, you are not telling in this one, you are adding a user, but you are not telling which group it should be, its primary group. You are not telling about its primary group. So obviously system don't know, it create a group and add the user to that group. Okay, what it is doing, you are not telling which group it should be there. So automatically user one group will be created and it add the user into that group as a primary group, as a primary group. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm going to add a group, or otherwise I will cut here and take 5 minutes break and we'll do it, or continue group add and user add. Okay, we'll continue. So only group add and user add, that's it only, because next part I will tell user modification and user deletions also. Okay, here it is. I'm going to add a, how to add a group, group add, simple command, group add and group name. I'm adding a group is like this, group add 17. That's 17 group. I'm adding a group like this. Of course, you know how to verify, /etc/group. You have to verify. Group ID you will find. I put a clear group add to add a group. I use capital B, case sensitive. The case sensitive. Be careful when you are doing. Group is added. Group is added. Tiles -4 /etc/group. So it is done. See this is my group ID. I didn't specify any group ID. Okay, but I got some group ID based on last group IDs, and this is my group name. Okay, this is my group name. So I added a group and I check it. My group is there or not? Yes, it is there. That is group add. Now I want to add a user and the group is B17. Want to add a group, a user, and the group is B17, or we can say the same question. Okay, add users primary group or a group is B17. any which ways we can tell an answer. Look at here. How to add a user? User add. For example, I want to add a user, Manisha. So what is the name exactly? The correct name only, starting name. And group, small z, 17. Enter. Now I added a user, but the group is B17. So how to check it? So tail -4 /etc/passwd 1 by 1. Check it. Manisha created group ID, user ID is same, but that's not a big deal. Okay, important is ID Manisha. So it is group name is username is Manisha 103. Group ID is B17. B17. And also check it tail -4 or 5, whatever it is, etc/group. See, Manisha group is not added. Which group it is there? B17 group is there. Manisha group is not created. Like student 17A, 17B, 17C, Manisha group is not created. Okay. So of course you have to fix the password also. Password. I given a finally password also. So this is how to add a user with a specific group as a primary group. B17 is a primary group. Manisha is a user. I'm adding a user to a existing group. If group is not created earlier, if you don't create a group or a group is not there, you can't add like that. Okay, so I will remove this text. It has become more. You guys understand how to add a group? How to add a group? How to add a user to the particular group? So then we'll take another question. Means same exercise only, no difference. The second name it is showing Pragati. I want to add user Pragati and primary group is must be B17. Now tell me how to add it. B17 group is already there. You want to check it? You can check it. User add
-g
-small z
B17 Pragati.
I have to check the name again. Correct. A is there. Okay. So this is we have to implement. So I will copy paste. User add -z. Very good. So very simple, right? User is added. Check it ID. So username and group. So now in a B17, two users are there. In a B17 group, two users are there. One is Manisha, another one is Pragati. And also you can verify in another places like a tile -5 /etc/passwd. You can see These two users are created. And the group ID is same for both the people. Group ID is same, means both are in a same group only. Both are in a same group only. So home directory is also created for each user. Okay. See, the group is created. So that is passwd, sorry. Group B17 only. Pragati group, Manisha group is not created. Of course, we didn't give a password. So first we will give the password. Passwd. Okay, I given a password. That's it for now. So next one, I will show you how to modify the users and user add options, and how to modify the users, how to delete the users also. Okay. Just I'm removing all the outputs, so only I keep the comments only. Okay. Everything you have to do with the root user only. Okay. So take break. Just 10 minutes. We'll be back.